What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Basic Trades and we are back with another video. Now in this video it's going to be a little bit different than the normal trading strategies or anything like that. Now this video, as you can see from the title, it is the path to $1 million. Now I know everybody wants to talk about like, oh, you can make money doing this, you can make money doing that, you can make money doing, Turo, which is buying expensive cars, renting them out. There's a lot of million different ways to make money. But what I want to talk about in this video is basically the path to $1 million. Kind of like what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do for myself and for my family. And I'm pretty sure everyone has this thought in their mind that had I known what I know today, back then, I'd be rich by now. It's the famous saying that everybody goes through. But this video is like I want to talk to the people who are, still young, still motivated. They're in their 20s. They start early. They're fresh out of high school or anything, and they want to get started investing early. These are some of the methods that you can do that'll help you along the way. Now, I'm not saying do exactly what I do, which is stock trading. I'm just simply saying investing in yourself and learning how the financial markets overall in general work. The banking industry and everything else like that, so that way when you do retire, you have enough capital and you're not worried about the future. You're not worried about what's going to happen. You're not worried about anything like that. So this video, I want to talk to you guys and I want to explain to, like I said, the young individuals that are 20 years old, ready to go, ready, hungry. Like, my son, he just graduated. He's on his way to college. But when he gets out of college, he's going to find some methods of what he wants to do. So I want to lay out, basically have this roadmap for him so he could see it, on what to do. And also talk to the individuals that are, pretty late in the game, like myself, because again, in high school, they don't really teach us this, financial literacy. But I want to talk about what you could do at my age, which is 40, to break down, to have a successful future and to have a path to $1 million. So in this method, I basically want to talk about the strategies to make $1 million. Everyone knows the stock market is probably one of the ways to make a lot of money. And I'm not talking about trading, I'm talking about investing. Now, there are numerous of ways to do it. Like, here we have long-term investments, which is the buy and hold method. Is another way to pass to the path to $1 million, which is risk moderate because the market fluctuates. It has its highs and lows, but it's always been designed to go up. So whether you invest now or later, you can catch it either way. But as long as you average in, as the market goes up or down, you're constantly averaging in, you can do so. And I'm going to show you that towards the end of the video, how exactly that works, okay? There's dividend growth, which is a lot of companies that has focusing on major companies that will pay you to hold the stock. Now that money that they're paying you, you can reinvest that money into your capital to reinvest and grow the dividend fund. That's another way to do it. And you have multiple companies out there. If you don't put your eggs, all your eggs in one basket, but basically separate them and have dividend growth, that's an amazing way to start growing your path to $1 million. Value investing. You obviously start looking at the company, start looking at different stock picks on what you want to do. Start evaluating. You got to read up, do a lot of research before they, the IPOs, they start exploding and things like that, and they start reinvesting into capital. A lot of these companies, they'll do which technically is a rug pull, which they'll be undervalued companies. They'll get the IPOs. They're ready to explode. A lot of investors will flood in. Everyone's buying it, and right as it's going up, the investors pull out, and they profit. And we get the rug pull. But if you look at the research and look at the companies, you can kind of catch it before they rug pull. You can ride the wave and then exit out, do things like that. Risky? I believe so. Swing trading, which is another form of trading that I do. It's a long-term investment. Again, it's holding stocks for about 6 months, a couple days, a couple weeks. It all depends on which swing you're trying to do. If you how you're reading your technical analysis on your charts. The risk is extremely high. Mostly traders, they lose a lot of money doing it. I know I'm guilty of it. It's not really my strong suit. That's why I lean more towards options, because that's what I'm better at. But swing trading is another form, and I have seen people make millions off of it. It is a good method. Now there's option trading. That's what I do. Option trading is a good way to form of, leveraging capital to make money. The risk is high, because if you choose it wrong, you can definitely lose, but you can make a lot of money. And trust me, I am proof of that I have made a lot of money doing it. And again, I will show you at the end of the video. If you stick with me, I will show you at the end of the video how all this works and how it all ties in. Now there's the real estate form of method of becoming a path to $1 million. I know a few real estate agents that have made multiple millions of dollars doing this stuff. There's plenty in the real estate, and just like the stock market game, there's plenty forms of becoming a millionaire in the real estate game. There's the rental property, which is the buy and hold method. You purchase a rental property, and then you purchase a property and rent it out, and then have the tenant pay for the mortgage and get a little profit off of it. Then you can take that capital, do the same thing to another rent, and have 2 units. Then you have 3 units. Then you have 4 units. And the more properties you have on your portfolio, the greater amount of income that you receive. Now, people say, oh, well, how can you do the debt to income ratio? That all depends. Like, you have to have a business lined up. You have to have a form of business. And again, these properties have to show that you're renting and the mortgage is being paid, and you're having proof that you're making a profit, so it can count as an income. And then you could do another house. Then they'll tell you, oh, what are taxes and things like that? Yes, but also you're buying the real estate game, so there's a lot of appreciation there, which you can write off, and that's what the rich do. You know what I mean? So there's that method, the buy and hold method. House flipping, that's another one where it's like, you buy a house, renovate it, then you sell them for a quick profit. The risk is high because you have to depend on the market. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? That all depends, as well as, you got to kind of figure that one out as well. Then there's real estate crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is basically you and a bunch of individuals get together with a little bit of a capital each. Then you start investing into apartment complexes, commercial developments. Then you develop a platform to where, a bunch of you guys can get together to where you could dish out money on this major property, and everybody profits of it. So you have a bunch of business partners. Now that does come with risk, because I know it says moderate risk right there, but I feel, this is my personal opinion, I feel it is a higher risk because of the individuals that you are trusting, that pretty much won't try to buy you out or not come up with their half of the money and just want to be put in and collect. You get what I mean? So it's like you have to have a lot of trust in the individuals that's coming in with you with a pocket. You know what I mean? Coming out of pocket with you, so that way they can do the real estate part of that. Wholesaling. You buy an undervalued property, you put it under contract, you assign the contract for a fee, and with that fee is your profit that you're making. You pretty much, I don't know if you guys have seen people, they wholesale houses where they pretty much get a contract, you basically do all the legwork for the investor, and then the investor would say, hey, I got a contract for, $20K, I'm gonna sell it to you for $40K, and that $20,000 fee is your profit fee on how that works. So it's a little bit slower because you do have to do the legwork on the door-to-door type deal. I am not that type of person to sit there and beg you to sell me your house. I don't do that. I don't have that in me. Then there's the BRRRR strategy, which is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. So the BRRRR method is how it explains it. You buy a specific property, you fix it up, you rent it out. The rehab money, so now the house is valued at a different price, which you can use that money for capital to buy another property and then repeat the repeat the cycle over and over and over and over on your way to $1 million. It's basically growing your portfolio. The best way to $1 million is kind of like what I'm doing. You know, I'm investing in the S&P 500. I'm investing in the stock market. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do as far as working and making some side money to invest in my investment accounts. And I'm also trying to grow a real estate property, which is I want to rent out my townhouse, buy my house, so that way I can have multiple homes to rent, of course, to individuals that I trust, and grow a portfolio of real estate and investment accounts. It's the best way to do it. If you could do both, great. Now, starting young, and this is what I was getting at, starting young from the ages of 20 to 65, if you simply just invest $300 a month for the next 45 years, I know it sounds like a long time, but believe me, you're going to be doing it anyway, whether it be, you know, working a job, paying for a car, paying a house, paying something. If you just simply take $300 out of your check without even thinking about it and just start investing in an investment account for the next 45 years until you're 65, when you're time to retire, you will have approximately over $1 million. Now, a lot of people don't really understand how this works. So I wanted to bring this up to your attention so that way you can see how this works. Scenario one, you know, you have the controversial 6% of the annual return from the S&P 500. Total contribution is $300 a month, 12 months out of the year. Is going to be approximately, for the next 45 years, $162,000 a year. Now that, with interest, will grow approximately $700,000 in your investment account for the next 45 years. This is a strong way of growing your account without you even doing it, but you have to be consistent. There can't be no falter whatsoever. You have to think about the future, because once you become my age, it's a little too late, because I'm going to show you exactly what I have to do now. Moderate 2 is the 8%. You know, your total contribution, $162,000 at $300 a month. You know, therefore here you start to grow your account. You start to see the inflation in your account, because again, if the account actually, because of the S&P 500, it fluctuates between 6 to 10%, if anywhere moderately depending on the year, because of recession or a high inflation or anything like that, kind of like what we're going through now. And then you have the golden years, which is just straight booming on up from there on out. You have your percentage rate changes depending on the market conditions. Now, but it will obviously always go up. Now, this is what I'm getting. In a summary, investment of $300 a month at the age of 20 to 65, substantial retirement and a nest egg, potentially over $1 million, just doing $300 a month. Now, this is where I wanted to show you guys exactly how to do it. Okay, this is an investment calculator. You could go online and just start Googling an investment calculator, right? Your target is going to be $1 million. A lot of people don't have any salary. They don't have an inheritance. They don't have money saved up. A lot of people at the age of 20, if they do, great. If they don't, you know, no worries. I'm going to show you this, okay? So for the next 45 years, at a 6%, let's go moderate, 6% annual rate, okay? Your starting balance is at 0. Your ending balance is at $1 million. Your total contribution is $205,000 that you contribute $381.33 per month that you contribute for the next 45 years until you retire. Again, this is from the ages of 20 to 65. Your interest that has been paying you is $794,000. If you see here on the graph, the blue is your contribution, and the green is the interest that has grown over time. Time is your most powerful weapon. It's gonna go by no matter what happens to you. Okay, time will pass you by. You start going out, you start having kids, the kids grow up. Next thing you know, you're 40 like me. Yesterday I was 20, today I'm 40. Oh my God, where has the time gone? You know, my son was born today, he's graduating. I have another one that was born, and now he's in middle school. Oh my God, where has the time gone? Now again, this is from a person who is 20 to 65. Okay, you can see the interest rate right here in the middle column. The interest rate grow over time. Now year 27, you're going to start getting $16,000 in interest. Okay, by the time year 40, you're going to start seeing an increase from $16,000 to $40,000 in interest. Okay, that's how you get your goal to $1 million, by simply just putting into a Roth IRA or any type of investment fund that markets with the S&P 500 with $300 a month. Now you have to do this consistently, like if it's a car payment. Okay, you can make your million. Anyone can do it. Anybody, I do believe that anybody can do it. You can make your million. All right. Now, if you have a job and trade like I'm doing in the stock market, you can take your winnings and invest it into your portfolio automatically. So you don't have to touch the money that you're getting from your job. You simply, everything that you're making on the side, that's what you use to invest. Now, whether or not it grows and the capital grows and it just goes on and on and on and on, you'll have an investment account before the age of 65. Probably by the age of 40, 55, you'll have $1 million. Okay, trust and believe me. Now, I'm going to show you what people, for someone in my age, because I'm 40, so I have about 25 years left. So let's change this to 25. And let's change that to 25. This is how much I have to invest every single month. In order for me to, for the next 25 years, that's how much I have to invest every single month into my investment account in order for me to have $1 million by the time I'm 65 to ready to retire. 1,470. Now, again, by doing what I do, which is I have my job that pays for the mortgage, pays for the bills, I trade stocks on the side. Now, again, this could be another thing that you guys do on the side. You could have a second job, you could have a business, you could do anything else on the side that you can do. But anything you make on the side, you invest that into your investment account, and that'll grow your portfolio. Every penny that I have made, I put it into the investment account. Every single penny that I have made, which is a lot more than $1,400 a month, mind you. Sometimes I put in $14,000 a month. So if there's a way to generate capital faster on your investment account, that's great. If there's not, you have to figure out what you're going to do. If you're going to sit there and put $300,000, if you're going to put $300 on the side, like, from 20 to 65, and just do it the moderate, easy way, but you have to be consistent. Like, you have to think about it as if it's a car payment. You know what I mean? If you could spend $500 on that nice car, or $500 plus $1,000 on this car that's gonna just drive you around, get you point A to point B, then you could take $300 from your paycheck and just invest it in yourself for the future. So that way you don't have to worry about nothing. Look, I get it. Times are changing. Money's getting tight. We need to figure out ways in order for us to invest in ourselves. This is one of the ways that I have found that you do it. Okay. Now, I have 25 years left. I am putting in $1,400. Now, let's say if the market conditions changes, and let's say if it's at 8%, $1,000 a month is what I put in. Now, a lot of people say, well, I can't afford that. Well, I can teach you how to do that. That's why you got to come on to basic trades, so that way I can help you generate this income. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some practice, a lot of failures. But at the end, once you get it, You understand it and you can invest in yourself. Now, again, it doesn't always have to be in the stock market. It could be in something else. You could have a side business. You could sell something on the side. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about selling that stuff on the side. But you can have a business where you sell things. You can flip sneakers. You can, get a part-time job, or you can, cut grass on the side, or go to a construction site and hang drywall up, or get a nighttime job or something. I know a lot of kids that'll do it. They'll hustle and hustle and hustle. They'll work 2 jobs to make more money, and then by the time they have the next day, they go out and they buy something with it, or they go on the vacation, or they go do this. You don't got to worry about that right now, okay? You're young. You still have a whole future ahead of you. Do it while you're young, so you don't have to worry about it by the time you're my age. If you start at my age, if you start at young at 20, and how sometimes where it's like, you'll have the $15,000 trading day like I did earlier. You'll have, a $26,000 trading day. Take all that money and just put it into the investment account, so you don't have to worry about it. Because then before you know it, once you check your account, you're like, wow, I'm close to $1 million. I didn't even realize that. That's amazing. I got a little bit more to go. Now, I'm also helping out other family members to reach the same goal. Again, we all started a little late because, again, in high school, they never really teach the financial literacy. I'm trying to help you and educate you so you don't have to go through what we went through. So if you take the information that I'm giving you, do the research, do the homework, figure out exactly what you're supposed to do, how to set up a Roth account, how to set up an IRA account, how to set up an investment account, a retirement account. Now, this is something you're not going to be able to go to your local bank. You're going to have to go to like Fidelity, Charles Schwab's. You're going to have to go through, I'm not even sure if Robinhood has one. You might want to double check that to see if Robinhood has one. But you can go to a lot of places that'll help you start your financial vehicle moving in the right direction, is what I'm trying to get at. So again, if you just look at the simple investment calculator, some people they do. Some people have a nice little account that they can go with. They go with $25,000. Oh, that's $2,500. Boom. Look at that. If I had $25,000, I'd put that in there. But I don't. Everything that I earned from stock trading, I quickly invested into my investment account. That way, by the time I look at my investment account, I don't need to worry about it. So let's just say if you're 20 years old and you're 45 years, look at that. $42 a month. Look at all the interest. Your starting contribution, your interest, and your starting amount. Look at everything that you've done. Total interest, $952,000. So if you had $25,000, if you saved that $25,000 from birthday monies or whatever, and then you put it into an investment account, and all you got to do is contribute $42 a month for the next 45 years, which is basically nothing, you'll have $1 million by the time you retire, and you could live a normal life, working a job, doing whatever, Let's say you don't, right? Let's say you have, let's say 10,000. Let's be generous. $10,000 a month. And look at that. $144 a year. $144 a month for the next 45 years. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it really is not, okay? You just got to pay attention to it. You just got to work the industry, right? Now, I sit here and I tell you guys, if you were 20 to 65, going on this at $300 a month, just $300 a month, be consistent. No matter what the market does, just be consistent, always averaging in 6 to 7% annual return, you'll have $1 million. I guarantee you'll have $1 million by the time you retire at 65. You'll never have to worry or have to work a day in your life. If you were excessive at $300, and then you just started investing even more, to put in $100 every time You know, because everybody has made $100 bad decision. You know, you went on a date and spent $100. You know, that was like terrible food, terrible service. You know, take that $100 and just, you know, put that in the investment account. Every little money that you get as a gift, you know, when grandma gives you $150 or $200 as a gift, put that in the investment account. And if you start doing that little by little, investing your future, by the time you know it, you don't even have to go to 65. You could retire early because your investment will be there. Okay? And if you retire early, you could always switch the accounts around to where you don't have to really pay too much in taxes. You could always do something else where you could take your retirement fund, use it as a down payment on a multi-million-dollar home, where you can do the depreciation, do all the other fun stuff, which is all, you know, how the rich stay rich, and they do everything else. They swindle the tax dollars. But if you're my age and you're starting at 40 to reach $1 million, it's going to be a little hard, but it's doable. It is doable. Now, again, $1,000 a month. I know some people are saying, ooh, that's tight. Yes, but if you have multiple ways of making money, I can show you how to do it. You join my YouTube, click the link down below, join the YouTube channel, go to the WhatsApp, log into the WhatsApp, teach the courses on how to trade in the stock market, and you can start making a couple $100 a month. That couple $100 a month goes a long way. I know people could use it just by like, look, I'm not making it just for my job, but a couple $100 a month to help. Now, if you could take that couple $100, turn it a couple $1,000 a month, you know, $10,000 a week doesn't sound bad. $20,000 a week doesn't sound bad. If you stay consistent with just moderate income, you will make it in life. You will be there. How they tell you this country is the best country to work for because of opportunities and things like this are what I'm showing you. Anybody can do it. Anybody can be a millionaire. Anybody can do what they say they're going to do. It just takes time. It just takes consistency. It just takes progress. Anyone can do it. You could do it. If someone like me can do it, you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody bring you down. Invest, do the research, study. If you guys have any questions, hit me up, make a comment down below. I will help you no matter what I can do. I am here for us to win. I'm here to help everybody make it. So that's the video that I have for you guys today. There's a lot of different methods you guys can do. Again, you can start a side business. You can start, you know, just going around collecting dump. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been successful doing that, just putting flyers out and just collecting garbage, and they get a trailer and they just drive around collecting garbage. And you can even go to a lot of dealerships and just start collecting used tires, where they could tell you tires and you'd say, hey, I'm getting rid of tires. Then you can take those used tires and sell them to used tire places that'll buy you some tires. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things you can do to flip. You know what I mean? You can do RVs, you could do glamping, you could do, you know, just opening up a shooting range, or just some ideas, you know, food truck business, you know, things that you start on the side. You know, you can start a side hustle where you just, you know, you do something to generate more income. If you can find your niche to generate more income, shooting videos or a camera, whatever, you can definitely make it. You can make it in life. You just got to follow a simple plan. Again, I know starting late at 40, and it does require $1,000 a month. If it's not in the stock market, you can invest into something else. You can do dividends. There's multiple ways of making money in the stock market. If you choose not to be in the stock market, you want to just do something else, and you want to say, hey, Jose, how do I, you know, do the investment account thing you're talking about? I can guide you in that direction as well. So these are some of the things that you guys can do. You can just go to the investment calculator, and it's just that. It's just investmentcalculator.com. That's all it is. Investmentcalculator.com. Go there, put your target. You want $1 million, or heck, you want to be generous and just do, $500,000. You'll be happy with just $500,000. You know what I mean? There you go. You don't even have to have anything for starting. You can just do it for the next, in my case, 25 years. Calculate half $1,000. You know what I mean? But you'll lose a lot in interest. You have to contribute more, and then interest will be there. But again, this is how it turns out. But if you want that million, that's the cost. That right there is going to be the cost. So I hope this video helps you out. I hope it brings you a new light on how to do things from when you're 20 to 65, from when you're 40 to 65, what you can do, what you need to do, how to do it. You just have to be consistent. You got to be able to do it. You got to be able to make it. I know you can do it. I know you can win. I believe in you. I'm counting on you, because you can do it. Because if someone like me can do it, that came from nothing, that came from nowhere, didn't do anything, I was a nobody in life. If I can do it, so can you. Okay? And those that know me, know. Those that don't know me, for a video for another day. But I can tell you, if someone like me can do it, so can you. That's the video that I have for you guys today. Glad you guys stuck out to the end. I'm sorry if it was a little boring, if it was a little edgy, but I hope this helps. I hope this brings new lights on what you can do when it comes to investment and real estate. Again, this message is for you. God bless you. I hope to see you on the other side. So trade smart, trade safe. Hope you guys learn how to join basic trades, and I can teach you how to make a couple $100 so that way you can invest in this account. Alright, have a good one. God bless.